you think I don't want to be in love or find love?
You don't. Both.
That's not true. Why it can't just be hard? People
fuck marriage,
be single for all their life, like every day. Be like, I wouldn't be that unique if I did.
9 dogs and 10 cats. Who the fuck wants that?
Well, I got 1 cat, so
you're probably gonna get 8 more in the next 10 years. Okay. Do your best impression of me.
Hi, my name is Donnie, and I like to travel a lot.
That's goofy as fuck.
That's it.
But you're sadly, you're right.
Yes, my name is Donnie, and I'm good at like data and like. I want to see your best impression of me.
Your best impression of you?
Yeah.
Donnie, did you see what this bitch just asked me? Like that's you. That's you.
Okay.
She was like, hiya, pal. I'm River.
Wait, both of those are
That's
serious.
you, bro. That's you on the spectrum.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
If I lost all of my memory, what's the first thing you tell me about us?
On a serious note, I'd be like, hey, it's like 10 of us, right, in the big group. I'm like, nah, I'm the best one. I'm your best friend, so you remember that.
Okay.
I think that a lot of times for me, if I'm like having a bad day, I don't necessarily like want to divulge that or to say that, but I know if I call you, you're gonna like say some shit. This is gonna like make me laugh. You know what I mean? So I have to remind you of that and like you being who you are. Like,
so you would remind me that I'm in servitude to you. I'm not here to make you laugh. God damn it. No. The first thing you tell me about us. What if like I forgot how to walk? You would teach me how to walk?
How long is that going to take now?
I don't know. It say I lost all my memory.
All your memory?
Okay. Yeah, if I lost all of my memory.
I would teach you how to walk. Until you get like yourself. And then
where would you draw the line? Like, would you teach me how to wipe my ass?
I would show you videos on how you need to.
I don't know how to work a video. My memory's gone.
That's why I'm going to be there to press play.
No, I don't like that.
Okay, Riv, if you want me to wipe your ass, I'm going to wipe your ass. No, of course. Yeah, if that's the case, I would do that. Absolutely.
I wouldn't do the same for you. I'm just being honest.
Well,
I wouldn't.
I'm glad.
I would hire somebody.
Yeah.
Like a home health care nurse or something.
You going to come let a stranger wipe my ass?
Yeah. That's the best person to do it.
The best.
I don't want to.
Okay.
You still need mystery in friendships. You still need boundaries, and I wouldn't want to cross that boundary.
I disagree with that. I do. I disagree with that. Yeah. I don't think so. This is a good one. When are you most concerned for me and why?
When am I most concerned for you and why? When I feel like you're dealing with uncomfortable feelings or new feelings in I won't say destructive way, but in a way that cannot be so positive, or it could turn on a dime to not positive.
Do you want to give me an example?
No, I feel like even with like friendships, like when you experience, even if it's slight betrayal, even if it's disagreements, let's just say a full-on argument with like a friend or somebody you care about, I feel like I've witnessed you deal with it in, dare I say it, toxic ways, you know, like not so positive ways, you know. So that's what I'm saying, where it's like the argument may be new in that friendship, or the disagreement may be uncomfortable, but you'll use like avoidance as a tactic, as opposed to like addressing it, moving on, getting over it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's when I'm most concerned, because I feel like that won't serve you in social relationships, romantic relationships, you know, business relationships.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I'm the most concerned.
Okay. So you would think you say the avoidance, because I agree with that.
Yeah.
You would say the avoidance is toxic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because it doesn't like solve the problem. And then it's, and some stuff balloons when it's like, we could have talked about this 15 minutes after it happened and been, you know, over it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, then when like this person not talking and this person not talking, and then it's like, are they saying shit about me? And it's like, just talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like I've witnessed that more than twice. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'll accept that. I mean, you gave an alternative.
Yeah. What is one experience you wish I never had, and why?
I don't think it's necessarily like one. I think it has been like a series of probably repeat experiences, and it just, I think it results in you now like avoiding like even looking for like or being interested in like the notion of love. I don't think you believe in relationship or believe in falling in love. I think you think it's some type of made up Disney shit. And I think people should have the opportunity to experience being in love and experiencing heartbreak. It's kind of making you, like I said, in that sense, like, because you keep avoiding that, I don't think you know how to offer.
But why do you think I'm avoiding it?
You are.
I'm not avoiding it.
I think you come up with every reason and excuse to like not even take the time to do that. I think you fill your life up.
Have you met people lately?
I mean, that's an excuse, right? You'll just kind of be like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that.
I don't, though. That's a true statement.
But I feel like you could, though, like, because it doesn't have to be. I think you have just like a hard view on that, and I don't think you have to. I think that's what I said.
Two things
you have
be true. I may have that viewpoint, and I may also not have the space.
Okay. So that, and again, like, even you can't. You're the person, as you can see now. You can't even sit and have that conversation with you. You can't even let
We just had this conversation.
You can't even let anybody finish their sentences about it, because you're so, like, you just have that blockage about it. Like, before anyone can even finish like their statement, you don't even think about it. You're not even
but
listening
to this isn't a new
You're listening
statement.
To respond as we say. But
okay.
Well, no, I mean, you're proving the point now. So
it's
that's
because.
It.
So let me get this straight. What was the question? You think I don't want to be in love or find love?
You don't. Both.
That's not true. Why it can't just be hard?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's work.
Why
right?
it can't be, I might have tried.
But why deny yourself like that, you know, that experience?
But I'm not going to be on a constant carousel of, you know what I'm saying? You ever met people and like, the whole fucking conversation is about dating and some other fucking person, and it's like, what are you doing?
But it's like you keep referring to like other people, but like, what about
that's
you?
who
Like,
we occupy time and space with, other people. So that's what I'm saying. When you talk to me, you know, maybe I've seen the horrors. You know what I'm saying? I've heard the horrors and witnessed the horrors.
That's the story you're gonna stick with.
I'm just saying, you know,
yeah.
Probability. You know, statistic. Come on, you a data analyst. What I'm saying is the way I would approach finding a mate wouldn't be that different from you, me, anybody else on the street. So why would I expect my results to be
feel like
any
it's like
different.
an interesting
It's kind of like I told you, I love quoting Whitney Cummings, where that joke where she say, all marriages in the 55% of marriages end in divorce. She was like, if 55% of airplanes crash, would you still fly? You know what I'm saying?
I think that's an interesting way. I don't think, like, statistically, you're probably like 1 out of 20 that would look at something like that would even use statistics when it comes down to like just being in love in a relationship.
I don't believe in feelings.
That's crazy. That's wild.
The feelings are unpredictable.
Yeah.
You could love me today, you could want to marry me today, and then 5 years later, I didn't tell you was pretty enough and you want to divorce me and run off with my kids and take all my money.
That's somebody else's story.
That is terrifying. Why that doesn't terrify?
Okay, well just say that then. Just say you're scared of it then.
Well, I mean,
like you don't use other people's like things and try to apply it to you because
that's the example.
You haven't had that experience yet.
But have you heard the saying, a smart man learns from his mistake, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others, and a fool will never learn? I don't have to put my hand on a hot-ass stove to know that it's gonna burn me. If I watch enough people put their hand on that hot-ass stove and burn themselves, guess what? I believe that shit.
So you just
I do.
So your alternative is just going through life and just being like,
people
fuck marriage,
be single
fuck
for all their life,
relationship.
like every day. Be like, I wouldn't be that unique if I did.
9 dogs and 10 cats. Who the
What's
fuck
wrong with
wants that?
Well, I got 1 cat, so
you probably gonna get 8 more in the next 10 years. Okay.
Fuck what you talking about.
I don't think
I ain't gonna say fuck what you talking about. What I'm saying is this.
No, that's your natural response though, right? That's why you have a blockage to it. That's your natural response to it, right? That's why you don't really offer that emotional
support. What I'm saying is this
to your homeboys
because you see how you framing it. You see how you framing it like, if I'm single, that's the worst shit in the world.
I didn't say that.
Oh my God.
No,
it's not the worst shit in the world. People die single all the day. They got people who never get married. They got people who go through divorce and never remarry. It's okay. Like, that's what I'm saying. Somebody programmed you to think that the worst fucking failure you can have in your lifetime is never getting married.
Disney.
You've been watching too much Disney. You're fucking right. That they programmed you from a kid. Think of the fucking nursery rhymes. Oh, and she lived happily ever after. Oh, and then they put the shoe on the foot.
It's crazy.
And that's programming.
That's crazy how you
were programmed to think that the most important thing in your lifetime, and then
you putting words in my mouth. I didn't say it was the most important thing. I just said I think people should be able to experience that. And now you deny yourself now.
No.
That's it.
But okay, but I'm explaining why. So I hear you, but I want you to hear me now. You only get about 80 summers on this planet, all right? If we just being real. Do you think with those 80 years that somebody give you, that the most important shit you were supposed to do is like run behind somebody?
Who says that was the most important?
If I gave you $10 and said, hey, when these $10 run out, you ain't gonna get no more. You would spend those $10 sparingly. You wouldn't fuck off $1 here and fuck off $1 here. You would kind of care. And that's what I'm saying. With the 80 years I have on this planet, I just don't feel like I would spend it looking for the love and affection of some other person. That's not like the most important thing. If it happens, it would be nice, but I'm not making that my life's goal.
I never said the word looking. I never said the word important. I just say it's very I worry about you in that sense. The fact that you just
don't worry.
You just have a blockage about it.
Don't worry. I don't have a blockage. Don't worry. That's what I'm saying. Like you saying like I'm some fucking charity case. Like if you but you'll never find
it's like
love.
A charity case.
I'll be all right. I promise you. I live a full life. And I don't have to run behind nobody. I sleep like a fucking baby, not worrying about nobody. I sleep like a baby knowing I ain't cheating on nobody and lying to nobody. So don't worry. That's what I'm telling you. Do not worry.
Okay. Statistics. I hope they keep you warm at night, brother.
My sheets, my mattress keeps me warm.
Okay. What's the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why?
What's the pain in you I wish I could heal? That's the thing. I don't think I know. If I'm being honest, I think there is a pain. Mm-hmm. I just don't. You've never shared with me what the pain is, and And that kind of piggybacks off the last question where it's like, we all walk around with some type of pain, you know. I feel like you could transmute that pain into, you know, positive energies and channel it into positive outlets. And that's what I would like to see you do more of. But and then I don't really need to know what the pain is, you know what I'm saying?
Can you recall like any moments where you felt like you like sensed that or something, or?
Well, I mean, like, you know, it's cumulative. Like I said, like how I've seen you like deal with people that may in your mind like have wronged you or betrayed you. Like, and it's kind of like you treat people like they're disposable. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, and I feel like I don't know if it's a like a family thing or a friendship thing that's like caused you like that pain, and I feel like you do everything you can to avoid that. And so when it comes to like somebody pissing you off, you just throw them away. You're like, nah, we ain't got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's something, you know, that's why I'm like, it's something there. It's something, you know, with that.
I can agree with that.
All right. What would have happened? I'm sorry, I can't read. What would have to happen 5 years from now for us to know that our connection was as strong as ever? I feel like just to still be friends, still be cool, you know?
Yeah.
Because that would be 18 years at that point.
I think for us, we would like how you and I both know that you're gonna like matriculate. You know, just remember me, the small people.
No.
No. Well, damn.
I will not.
I would say that because I know I do wholeheartedly believe that that's gonna like happen, like, you know, with you. So just be like, yeah, I hope, you know, barely still have time for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be that. Okay. What have you learned from this conversation that surprised you the most, and why?
That you think I'm a failure because I'm not in a relationship.
That's not what I think.
That is what you think. That's exactly
no, I don't
what you
think
said.
that. No. I worry because you're like when I need advice in life, you're like the like most positive person that I know, but like there's that 0.1% that's like from the outside looking in, I just know is that's like the only thing. Like for me, you kind of have a little bit different viewpoints on, and to me, it kind of comes across like negative, and you're not a negative person at all. So I don't think it's like a charity case. Like, no, like I think you just have like an avoidance. You have more than ample opportunities, but you just be like, oh, fuck that, I'm not taking it serious. And, you know, so that's just it. You just have, like, not a charity case. No, like, not at all. Let me see if I can answer that question. You always have this thing, like we have this thing that's like may I, you know what I'm saying? And that's I think that's our purpose when, you know, like shit is about to like get like real. So I was a bit surprised that you found that, I guess, when I, you know, have like endings with like people, I didn't know you felt like that was like me being toxic.
You know, and I thought about, I didn't know if I wanted to use that word, but I would say that is a little toxic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's as toxic as like ghosting, you know what I'm saying? And dating, like, you know, where it's like, and not saying you owe nobody like an explanation.
I don't.
But, so see how you saying that? Imagine if it was a wife. You know what I'm saying? That's the scary part. How like people could just change on a dime. This is what's scary for me. Just like you saying. You see, I hope you've seen that. But I'll get back to my point. My point is that
I'm not gonna stick around for anyone to keep crossing my boundaries.
Okay,
and I'm not gonna owe you. I'm not gonna.
But do you think that it's reasonable?
Absolutely.
To assume
I sleep well at
that
night,
somebody that you love and care about may occasionally cross a boundary.
You know, you could definitely.
But do you throw them away when they do it?
You can love and care about people from a distance.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're like crossing my boundaries and it's become like a repetitive thing, then shit, we ain't got to be in each other's lives at that point. I don't see that as toxic. I see that as me just maintaining my level of like peace in life. But yeah, I would say that would be like the most like surprising things.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm toxic.
Yeah.
So let's go to the bar and just drink it up. I'm gonna be real toxic from here on out.
Charity case.
Yeah. Toxicity in a charity case, right?
Yeah.
This friendship is over. That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah.
If you love the And Conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.